What's going on, guys? It's X, and welcome back to the channel. So, this weekend, at least at the time of recording, the Bushiroad English Conference actually came out, and we've got some stuff to talk about. So, normally I usually stream these, but it was just too late, and I was like, I have prior engagements in the morning, so I'd rather just watch on my own and then make a recap video on it during the weekend. Like I said, there is also like one major thing that will also be there, so we will talk about it later, but for now we're going to get to it. So first things up, for Vanguard specifically, we're going to go with the Vanguard stuff first primarily. There's a lot of Showers Ball stuff, but you can probably catch it on Different Rights channel and Igni and Red Zone and all of them, right, who prioritize Shadowverse a lot. So that's the whole thing. So we're doing Vanguard here. So first off, in the details, we've got more details on future constructed cups, which, if you don't know, is a special tournament where for building, you effectively take rylines that are released in a recent set. So for example, we're now in a Illusionist Strife set, so a main booster or a specific booster. Constructed cuts, you now have to play with that ride line, but every other card can be something in the nation itself. So you're effectively just having a small pool of ride lines, but the cards can remain where you know what I mean. So we got new info. We have the new Anime to Life Showdown for Divine Season 1, which is a casual tournament with only Swiss rounds, no top cut. And so the participation prize is each participant gets 5 sweeps of this design, which is the season 1 anime like preview poster, right? That was the first season. That's really cool. And then each store will also conduct a draw every round for someone to get an additional sleeve. And then so that's kind of it. And this is all the ride lines that are available that have shown in season 1. So you have Varga, Triumph Dragon, Blankmeyer, Greedon, Welstra, B Heroes, Reziel, Leo Morta, Sarazviel, Zorgandir, Magnolia Elder, and Chris Rank. Those are all the ride lines that have played and appeared in the anime, so they are all legal for this event. So if you want to play B Heroes, you can. If you want to play Triumph Dragon for some reason, you can too. So you have that ability. Also, they've showed up the Dimensional Transcendence Constructed Cup review for the Champion Prize, where you either get the mat, which will contain the Dimension Police, or you get the mat that includes Lukier. I was gonna say Lukier reverse, but more like Lukier, Venus Lukier, excuse me. So then you have all the details of all the information. That's gonna be in September. And then we have the Yume no Kesho Cup. Excuse me, that took a while. So for participation, you get a crit of Poppy. I still don't know who these people are, I'm sorry. But the champion gets this actually not bad playmat. Actually pretty beautiful, I won't lie, of the thing. So if you want this playmat, you gotta go out there and ball. So that's basically it for Constructed Cup. I think a lot of that is actually really cool. But yeah, that's it. So next we move on to the updates to Vanguard Day. Vanguard Day is another tournament where it's just like a giant prize fest, right? Where you get participants prize, you get an energy, and the champion gets a playmat. So this is the stuff from August. So now we've got the October Vanguard Day, which now the energy is going to be of Hikari, and the playmat is going to be Hikari with the spoiler on the side. So that's the whole thing, which is pretty cool as well. Like I like these like little like special events because they incentivize people to also go to locals as well and actually like want to compete, right? So that's always like a good thing, to have reasons to come to locals. Now we move on to the product schedule, and I am blocking the Night Rose deck set, but to be honest, I don't care. So in August 30th, we have Dimensional Transcendence. This is the set I've been looking for the most. because a lot of cool stuff I want here is in here. That's cool. Then we got Lyrical Monasterio Sparkling Stars, which comes out September 27th. In October, we have Destined Showdown. Now, constructed the Harry and Nightwolves decks released in January 2025. So that means from October 25th to January 25th, that's like December, basically 3 months of no product, which, I mean, at this point, it's just par for the course, right? It's like for like right in the middle of November, December, January, they just take those 3 months off. And that's usually when like a lot of issues kind of find. Like that's the reason why like English felt so boring for the prelude to Divines. Is just like there was nothing to really do. The meta got stale and a whole bunch of stuff, right? So that's the whole thing. That's also important because now we're going to go into the Fighters Will update. So this will be effective August 9th, which right now we're in July. So the second week of August, basically, we will have this restriction, which I think everyone's kind of talked about, is basically the same restriction that Japan got like 2 product streams ago. Not this previous stream, but the one before it, where standard and premium V got no changes. That's a questionable thing. But also the Shiranui over trigger restriction and the Sergon Luar Doggo restriction is also now available. Willista's restriction is now gone. That's cool. This deck doesn't get played anymore anyway. And GG and Brainstorm Swirler are now unrestricted, which that's just cool. This one should have been back a long time ago. And they've also changed the Fighters rules for the Stride deck sets, meaning that now you have to have the actual ride lines to play the cards, because obviously Shiranui got stealth stuff that was just insanely crazy. There was a build-up Messiah that was starting to work out. There was something probably here, but outside of that, it's like it basically just like locks all the Strike deck sets into their actual ride line. And obviously, like if you saw, I didn't pull it up because I completely forgot, but they also put a thing in Japan where when the Harry and Nightwolves ones come out, you are now not only locked to the ride deck of those constructed decks, but you're also locked into their strides. So you can't mix and match strides from now on, at least for right now. So that is interesting. But yeah, that's basically it. And well, I think the whole point is people are kind of like, this is fine. I think people are really upset mainly because we effectively went 6 months without a restricted list in here for a Fighters Will update, and our Fighters Will update to be effectively just the same as Japan just feels lackluster. This is good, mind you. Keep in mind, like, all these hits are fine and like perfectly understandable. They need to happen, but it feels like they need to have happened sooner. You know what I mean? They should have happened basically when they happened, but obviously we were behind schedule. We didn't have, like, by the time it was time to actually hit Sargon, we didn't even have Sargon. So it very much was like, obviously that would hit like sales and whatnot. So obviously now it makes time, but it very much is like, but we have like premium results, we have V results that no changes there, and this was the format that makes a lot of changes. The fact that this was not done is kind of like, I don't know. And it's even weirder for a V, for a premium, but as we'll talk about in a second. So onwards to the main event, which is the update to the Bushiroad Championship Series 2024/25. So if you don't know what BCS are, the Bushiroad Championship Series, it is a official tournament. It's basically our like whole like YCS regionals, etc., that helps us get to declare our world champion. And so this next season will span 3 regions: Asia, Europe, and North America. Players can compete at the shop level or regional levels for a chance to play at the World Finals. It and they've said straight up the World Finals will be held in spring 2025, which is very interesting for a few reasons, and I'll get to that in a second. Well, actually, I'll get to it now. So, if we're going to be in this weird thing of, at this point, it very much seems like they're going to update the ban list effectively when either the timing is right for these old JP restrictions, or when it comes to a post when we're like in the middle of like the end of season, or like it's basically like the season's done. Like, we're pretty much going to get these restrictions, and if that's the case, effectively, barring some weird thing, because it always can change, we probably won't get a ban list until next year. From this point onward, like at this point, we are effectively locked into what we got unless something insane happens. So that's just kind of it. Be ready to kind of just play the same meta for effectively the whole BCS season. Keep that in mind. And so they've included the English edition of the Fallout Vanguard games: Vanguard Standard, Vanguard Premium, White Shorts, and Shoppers Evolve. Makes sense. All the structure is most of the same. And then, but we'll go into, they haven't given us the information on World Finals, which is also interesting as this loads, because the site's been having some issues. I think mostly because they've done an update to the site that's kind of wonky. But one of the things about the World Finals being hidden implies that they haven't fully decided on where they want it. I know everyone's like, "Oh, just have it in Japan again." Well, it's like, that's very hard to do, especially if it's going to be out in a whole like different period. Because when Worlds happens, it usually happens in January, in winter. This being like in the spring means like you have March, April, May to work with, and there's a lot more like events that happen in March, April, May, so they probably don't have the space. So they need to open that up for clarifying things eventually, right? They say they will have it by the time of the next product stream, so keep that in mind too. So they've updated everything, and here we go. So this is the prizes. They've updated prizes. So participation from now on, for standard and premium, you will get a PR pack which contain one of the following 38 cards, which is all FFR, which is for the most part FFRs of vanilla triggers. And this is actually really cool because I'll show you this if it loads. They've got a new rotator, and you also will get this is how we will get the heals for the characters, right? So your Masanori, your Megumis, Hikari. Now the card that will probably be the money card, who knows how much that'll cost. It'll cost probably 200. And Mikoto all the way over here. And then you also have special energies, right? You'll have the energies for the nations, and that's going to be in the pack. I don't know if I like having one in the pack. I feel like at least two would be okay. 2, 3 max. I think that would be much better. I think that would be much cooler to have circulation, but very much, regardless, it's still cool. Weiss will get Kishel Band for being what series was this? I think this is Saikano? Oh, Aikashi Triangle, Love Live, then Genki Bunko, I think, Shotgun no Shana, and a Bang Dream, which I don't know how that's gonna be. If you play Weiss, like, do any of these like really appeal to you? Let me know. And for Shadowverse, you also get Greenwood Guardian, Adapt Thief, Shikigami Summons, White Frost Whisper, Kasha, and Boost Kicker for your promo pack. And you also get a tote bag as well, so that's actually not bad. Now, Top Cut. So here's the thing, someone kind of put out, it's like, I think it was Fuzzy. I think Fuzzy got pointed out. So they specified top 8 specifically, but they never really said like, oh, is there a top 16 now? Is that a thing? So there's gonna be 16 of these. So what I mean is, From now on, standard for this event, standard will have two A's, a top type A or a type B, and these are the energy generator tickets. Obviously, you have the Masanori one, and you will have the Now one. If you know anything about how Japan handled the Now one, oh boy. And then Premium will receive an additional participation pack, which I think is kind of funny. And I say this, not to mention, we'll find a Prize PR pack, which will contain basically the same cards at random, once again. And Shower Spore will receive a Evolve Point of Mono, which is pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, it's pretty much like, I will talk about Premium in another video, and I'll explain the elephant in the room as well in that video. But for the most part, like, I'm not sure how I feel about, I'll just kind of give you a teaser, I'm not sure how I feel about Premium just getting another pack, but it's whatever for right now. So also, if you make top 8, you will get a mat which contains the alt arts of the Over Triggers. Premium will also get a mat which will have OG Salome art on there. White Schwartz will get the Aikashi Triangle art, and Shadow Spall will get Kuon on the art as well. And top 4, you will get top 8 B, which will be the Dragon Empire Over Trigger, which is the reprint of the red one. Well, they're both the red one, but they're like niche specific. Premium will get Salome in a SP rarity, old Salome. White Schwartz will get a Oshinoko card, and Shower's Ball will get Acolyte's Light as a promo as well. And the top 3 will still get invites to Worlds, but the winner will obviously get the World qualification, as well as Shower Ball simply will get Kuon in a like higher rarity. So to put it blunt, to put it in the long and short of it, a lot of the changes to at least to Vanguard in terms of like participation does seem good, but there's a few questions I kind of have in my mind of why did Premium just get another pack and not standard get additional pack, especially since the pack will also just have higher rates this. So it's kind of like, I'm not sure the logic behind this. That's just me. And the tote bag is pretty nice. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the changes to BCS so far? Do you think they're good? Do you think they're bad? If you want to talk about the elephant in the room, we can talk about that later. But for now, just let me know what you guys think. And if you always, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.